folks, welcome back to Timberborn, and we are starting the video as the sun rises and a 23-day drought starts. And I'm going to start the day, the day is just starting. It's 7 a.m. on Sunday morning here. Yeah, I know I start my days early. I've actually been awake since 5 a.m. because I tend to wake up at the same time every day. Pretty much. Wow, we have 22 kits, so we have 96 beavers now. I'm going to call it 100 beavers. I shouldn't need to do the maths, but that's 250 water a day. We have 23 days. That's 5,000. Let's call it 5,750 water to get through the drought. So we should actually be absolutely fine. I'm going to pause our water dumps because all of those are full. We're going to close that up now, and that's good. What do we want to achieve in today's video? Well, I was about to say I'm hoping that we finish getting this done, but they've got that done. So what we want to do is work on, and actually the drought is the perfect time to do that, sort of, except that we're dependent on this for power. I think we should work on trying to get, think of your words, man. I want to try and get this done, basically the river system done today. So essentially we need to, how's our power grid looking? We actually are pretty good for generation of power, I guess, when the wind is blowing. Okay, so what we need to do is get access to this, because we need to create a power connection across here for when we delete this stuff, and we need to maintain this. So what I am, God, I'm really freaking, yeah, the route is going to be quite long initially, but I want to try and maintain the power connection as long as possible. I have learned something this morning. So those of you that watch regularly will know that I'm generally not someone who watches RCE. I don't find his brand of videos particularly entertaining, generally. Let's put it that way. But this morning I was sat watching his Timberborn myth video. And the one that I found particularly interesting was the one about haulers picking up rubble, because I always thought actually that haulers did pick up rubble, and I was incorrect. Haulers do not pick up rubble, builders do. So that's one that I need to be aware of, because we don't have that many builders. So me always prioritizing getting rubble picked up is slowing down all of our building. So yeah, those of you that told me about that, you were right and I was wrong. So ding. Is thinking that now we've got the mine online. We're not using it yet, but that's not a problem because we've got plenty of metal. And we've got full treated planks. We can probably pause the treated plank production. Gears, we are full on for now, so we can probably pause that. Planks, we are full on for now. We can probably pause that. We need more explosives storage because we're going to be using a lot of that. So let's put in a medium warehouse there for explosives. Let's make that a high priority as well. Now we are in the situation that if everything's priority, nothing's a priority, but bear with me while we get some stuff done. Going to pause those. In fact, they've built that one. We need them to build that one. Then we'll build those, and that will allow us to delete a bunch of this stuff We might as well delete this now because the amount of power it was storing was pretty pathetic. Anyway, let's commit. Let's commit to what we're doing today. Let's stop half-arsing it. That's what we're doing today. Let's commit to it. Means we also need to, I mean, we're in a long drought anyway, so these aren't going to produce anything. So again, let's commit to what we're doing. Explosives there. I actually maybe didn't need to delete those. For now, I'm going to leave that open as our exit until we get more stuff done down here. Because we've done that, we can unpause those as well, because this poor little guy is working hard on his own. But yeah, again, I'm recording this video in advance, so I will see your comments eventually. What should we do with this freaking great hole? If I had ladders, I would maybe think about filling it with storage. But trying to do that with stairs is kind of not something I really relish the challenge of, or the opportunity of trying to engineer. But equally, this all feels like a big old waste of space that we're not using. So eventually we might end up having to make use of that space. So I do feel like probably we should push this all back. Obviously we'll have to work around the bad water source, but it does feel to me like we should certainly push a lot of this chunk back because it's dead space. Yeah. Anyway, right, that's connected up and it is generating just enough power. So my thought is that next we should speed up the game and we should prioritize at least a couple of those. I'm going to deprioritize all of this. They can now get to this from this side. And once this is blown out, we could connect this stuff up with this. But do we really want to? Because bad water. So, yeah. Ultimately, we are going to want to do something similar here. What I might do, because there's going to be a bit of a transition here anyway, is nudge this over. I'm still going to have to move those anyway, but we might nudge this over so it runs right along the edge then. I mean, that would probably have been sensible anyway, but maybe we don't want to do it. We want to have at least some room for power connections. I mean, if we leave a gap of one, we've got room for power connections anyway. What we do want to do is get rid of that at the very least. So, yep. But I think getting a couple of those built is going to be sensible. So we've got some. Actually, that holds a decent amount of power. So yeah, that's good. We'll get that done. Let them get those built. Then we're going to get the rest of this dynamite in, because this is then usable. Yep. If we weren't playing Folktales, I would almost use this as a water store. But because it's Folktales, we can only pump. I guess we can pump 4, but yeah. That was the other thing I was going to do, wasn't I? I was going to take that and I was going to make it a one of these. And then we can get rid of... Actually, I won't get rid of it. I'll keep it just in case we need to pump water out of there at some point. 12 spare beavers. Just noticed that. Pause, pause, pause. And I was whinging about building speed. So the solution to that is to put in a builder's hut, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It is. Right, let's prioritize this explosives placement. And a lot of logs in there. And whilst there is no bad tide flowing, having just said about knowing that builders pick stuff up, I think it makes sense to pick up all of the stuff around here, because we're going to maybe have limited access to it. So that probably means we need to build some storage for said things. What we could do is, if I do that, can I squeeze? I prioritize that. Storage. Cannot. Okay. In that case, we'll do that. That. We'll make that for gears. We actually seem to have space for gears. Now, I guess because we're using the gears, but anyway, let's do that. There's some logs there. Okay, we don't need to worry about getting those picked up. Why aren't you planting in that square? Okay, you just haven't got to it yet. I'll let you off on that one. Actually, we've got a lot of spare beavers. Let's unpause. We paused a load of log cutting, didn't we? Yeah. Unpause that. Yep. Unpause science as well. Forgotten to pause that. Might as well unpause you guys, because I think they will stop once they're full anyway. Let's get the mine going. I built a storage. Are we doing for scrap metal? We are out of scrap metal. So I think while we've got some spare beavers, because we're going to get injuries off that anyway. Scrap metal. Yeah, let's do that. Let's give them storage. Gears and treated planks, isn't it? Let's give them that. And that, and we'll do a small pile for scrap metal set to supply. Get all of those built as well. Right. So there's no, I'm guessing paper. Guessing paper, yeah. Alright. Let's expand the storage district again. Can I don't want to come down here any further particularly, so and it would probably make sense to go up in that case. So yeah, let's plan for that, and then we need a spare case. Get those up there. And then we can put a couple of them up here. Let's make you... Eventually we're probably going to need a decent amount of paper. So, again, prioritizing everything means it's not a priority. But yeah. And what I should do actually is do that one. And make all of that a normal priority and make that one be paper and make that one be nothing yet. Alright. Because then we can get, we've got paper and planks. I'm guessing we're short of plank storage as well. So, you know what we could do is switch that to be planks, because we've got loads of log storage. It's not a great position, but you know, optimization will come. If you're frustrated, then I apologize. It is what it is. That can be a low priority. You can be unpaused. I was really frustrated that my floodgate I did in the last video didn't work. Oh, that shadow was really deceptive. It made it like all of the carrots had died. Right, let's pause you. Pause you again. And pause you again. We probably need to do some stuff for well-being at some point as well. I really want to get all of this stuff picked up. And we will sort of have access to it, but it's going to be a really messy route. So, and we've got those picked up, so we can get rid of that. So we can get those picked up again. They're getting that picked up now, which is cool. We're going to get that built, which is going to give us loads more paper storage. We've got stuff to put planks in, which is good. Mine is running for now, which is good. And get to all of those. They said to be cut. They are. Cool. We are full on pine resin, so I'm going to pause you. We probably want one of these guys working now. Maybe not actually. Maybe we're okay now. Yeah, I would like to. So we need some more storage for metal blocks. What are you? You're scrap metal. Okay. We probably want to keep. Let's just temporarily make that metal block storage. I'd rather store the metal blocks than the scrap metal at this point, because it takes time to. So, I did say in the last video, previous video, about storing food ingredients, but with things like metal blocks, they take so long to make that it's probably worth storing them as processed stuff. It's just paper now. So once this is built, good. We probably want to unpause at least one of the plank productions. Get that built. I've got a decent amount of explosive stockpiling now, which is good. So we've got logs and planks. That's okay. We'll get to that. We'll get to it. And how's this holding up as we're halfway through the drought? So we're over 3 meters. Good. Actually, we're pretty full. Awesome. Right. That's cool. Let's reset that. So we can just get this built, which they are doing. I know things are very random at the moment, but we'll get there. We'll get there. That one's set to supply, but actually the mine holds a decent amount of scrap metal, so good. That is very good. I'm going to actually wrap those up for now, because they're kind of, they've got a little bit long and they're a little bit messy. We don't Are they using that as a shortcut? No. We don't need those to be in there now. So I'm so glad. One of the improvements they made was the deleting of paths over impermeable floors. And that will discourage the beavers from going in. So, right, that's all picked up. So we can now detonate that. And that's that bit done. So that will go like that. So we can now work on the overflow. Let's grab the delete tool again. And we want to build levees. I'm hoping that by placing them like this, this is going to be friendly. Let's prioritize that. Oh, they're choosing to build those. Okay. What we'll do is staircase, and we will suggest to them that they build those instead. Put a staircase in. What I'm actually going to do is go like that. And we can put all of this in. Now, we could raise this up another level, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to use this as an alternative overflow. We've got 10 days to get this done. It does mean we're going to need to change these 4 blocks. I can see beavers getting stuck. No, they're being somewhat sensible. Have mechanistry improved the logic of how beavers work so they don't get stuck? Would be a miracle. When they go to bed, I'm going to delete this path and put in the strip that goes all the way along here. Go to bed, beaver. There we go. And I guess what we might as well do actually is delete. Let's commit to this. Let's commit to it. Delete. So you need to be like that. And then actually landscaping. Think about how this works. Delete. You need to be dams. And we probably just need a little levee there just to push the water into there. And we will make sure that all of this is a priority for the little beaver folk. And then we'll need a delete that piece of path. That there. That there. Path along there. And that one can go. And what we can also do is, this may have been one of the path optimizations that was suggested. be good. Awesome. Then we can fill this with water wheels. How's our power doing? We are okay on power, so that's good. And then rather than excess, so what's going to happen now is this will just be kept at a constant level. So we will need to make sure that everything is set up correctly. So we might have to delete this and rebuild that. So that might cause us some issues, but that's okay. As JC the Beard would say, it's a process, or a process, because it's American. You know. So what we will have now is we will have these keeping the water level at 1. Should I be doing something to make it keep them deeper? Maybe. Maybe we will rebuild this completely again. That frustrates you. I'm sorry. We'll see how keeping it at 1 goes. To me, it seems to be working fine. So maybe it would be better, completely optimized, to be deeper than that if we had another layer of sluice gates in here, but it seems to be fine. Have you got yourself stuck, little beaver? Oh, stupid beaver. At this point, I can't really afford to just let you die, so we won't go with an Ivan Drago moment. We've got 7 days. Yeah, I'm not going to go for it and completely rebuild all of this. Because it would take so much, because we would have to replace a lot of this to do it, to put in a cofferdam. Because I know, Namur, you're thinking it, we would have to delete a lot of this and rebuild this as well to protect the, go down here. To protect this, maybe we'd only have to delete 1. I just don't fancy doing it at the moment. And keeping it at 1 seems to be fine. It might not be optimal, but it's fine at the moment. Maybe when we get like a 30-day drought, we'll do it. Let's just get the system working at the moment. Let's think. These ones are set up and they keep this at 0.4. And probably that's not going to work. They keep this at 1. 0.4 is not enough to overflow this. But yeah, we are going to need to replace these with sluice gates. So we have sluice gates in here that attempt to keep this at 0.5. No, they don't. These are just closed at the moment. And actually, we could probably just delete these and make this a single entity now and just replace these with a bridge. So we'll let them finish building this first, which they've nearly done already. Wow. Okay. So we've got time. We've got time to adjust things. Which is good. Right. So that's in. So our next job is we are going to delete this, make this a single volume of water, and we will put in, it's slightly unnecessary, not even either, but we'll do a slightly unnecessary bridge. Do I like that? I don't really. What we can do, we'll just do a bridge. I think it's a 5, isn't it? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do a cantilever bridge. So let's get that built. And we then need to get this replaced, but I might wait. Do I? Let me do something temporary. We need to hold the water back while we replace this. What I'm thinking we do is, these don't create power connection. So let's, levies are 12, dams are 20. Let's stick some levies in there temporarily. Actually, I should probably, let's put in, in case we don't get it finished, we'll put dams in. Yeah, we're going to have to completely demolish this. Actually, maybe we don't. Maybe we only need to demolish half of it and put 2 sluice gates in. And we've still got the scaffold to rebuild it, actually. Maybe we just move this stuff. Maybe now is the time that we move this industry. And reclaim that land. So, I mean, actually, given that we've got a lot of stuff paused, maybe we, yeah. Maybe, no, my crops are drying out. Take that sign, go around and unpause all of those. Yeah, maybe we just move this stuff. Actually, what I'm thinking is, can't build there, but I can build there. Let's go. You, and you over there. Focus on what you're supposed to be doing. So yeah, I think we're going to move all of this. So with that in mind, I'm going to delete that. We're going to put in sluice gates through there. That's going to be a high priority. That's funny that they're building it off of that. Right, sluice gates in. We're going to set those to automatic, and we're going to set them to keep the depth at 0.5. Set those to keep that depth at 0.5, and we can then delete these, and that should essentially keep all of that hydrated, and we could maybe up that to say 1. We might not even need that now. Or these. Oh, we have a lot of spare beaver because we've just flooded things. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think what we could do... That's now... That's gone up to 1.3. Okay, it overcooked things a tad. But with 1.4 days left in a very long drought, we've got some water left in there. We are short on gears, and all my gear workshops are paused, of course. So let's unpause those. We've got water left. Let's get this finished. Let's get this, make sure this is set up. So these are driven by contamination. These will now just stay closed because we want the bad water to go that way when it comes. If it comes. Of course it will come. Right, we can delete those. Yeah. So that's in. That's gonna go off that way. Sorry. Thinking. So I think the next thing to do, the easiest way to do that is to block this off permanently. What we'll do is just come here. We really want to block it off at that level, don't we? Is we'll just do that. We may as well do it with earth. There's the drought over, so let's get the water pumping going. We'll get you going as well, and let's see how this all works. So essentially, pumping water out of here should just force these to open and keep water in here. And the same with these. The demand on water should keep these open. Obviously, we now don't have our... oh, wow, they built that quick. Okay. What was I trying to say? We don't have our gravity batteries here, which is not great. But the only thing that we don't have duplicated is metal, and we're not in a bad situation for metal. I'm going to pause the mine because we're okay for metal. So this is filling up. Let's have a look. Where is the water level? So it's full. Okay, no, so what I didn't do was set this to do that. So they should now close. They should now close. Closed. They're closed. So they should be closed, please. We just need to, because I've got the game on slow. Set that to be there. And then that goes that way. I mean, we could put a lid on this, I think. Doesn't make any difference. So one of the other things that RCE checked was that enclosed things still evaporate, so there's no point putting a lid on it, apart from the fact that we could build over it. So yeah, so there we go. These are now generating power that we're not using yet. But that's the theory. Next is to get these built. So we've got our 4 big water pumps pumping. So I guess getting these finished is a good idea, and then we'll get the water wheels built. So we get our storages built. We did. What do we need? More storage capacity of don't really want those. Do we want more sunflower seeds? We've got 1,800 carrots. We've got 1,200 bread. We might as well start stockpiling sunflower seeds for now. Or we want to be pumping bad water. We definitely want to be doing that. So yeah, that's the theory. Oh, we want to pause you. Building lacks power. Oh, that's these. Okay. I'm not too worried about that. We'll get to sorting that basically by moving them. But yeah, I guess if they could get those built, that would be nice. We should now make this stuff a normal priority. Yeah, so we will get those done. We can now we delete that little random hook of path. You can put power wheels all the way down here. I guess what I want to do probably is if we put a path like that and delete that. Can't put sluices there, so I'm going to need to put them there like that. Actually, the bad water's not coming that way. So maybe I don't need to do that. I was worried about getting contaminated beavers with them coming to build. Yeah, there is bad water there, isn't there? Maybe occasionally bad water there. I'm going to low prioritize. In fact, I'm going to pause those last 2. Could you know, I guess we don't need to worry about finishing building those. The power situation seems okay. So that staying at a decent depth. We could go a little bit deeper. We could go to there, maybe. Yep. And I guess if I wanted, I could put a dam there to act as an overflow. So that it, yeah, we don't want it that high. That's going to flood stuff. So let's keep it at that level so it doesn't flood and damage crops. And we have a bad tide approaching, so we're going to see how this affects things. Given that, it would probably be sensible to do that. And let's delete that bit of path. They can get to these from the other side anyway. So my intent was to put a bridge there. Path path all the way along here so that they can build from there. It probably wouldn't be a bad idea to do that. Do that. Yep. And that. And that. And then that way they can still get down here and build all of these at least. If we do that, we can connect the power in here. Good. Now stockpiling explosives, which is good because we're going to need those for the next phase of this project. Yeah. Going well. I need to go get coffee in a minute. This is getting cleared, which is also good. This is getting built, which is also good. Did I not connect? No, I didn't. That's probably one. There we go. Help them get there. So once that's done, we can delete these dams. So this is staying at, we could probably nudge this up a little bit. I don't want to go too high because I don't want water flowing out. Once this is blocked off, we can go up high enough that we can delete all of this and just have this filled naturally. And that's why having another layer of sluices here would be beneficial. But rebuilding all of this is going to be a pain in the butt. The alternative would be to step it out one and build it so it sits. Maybe what I could do is build it out here and come out a bit and essentially increase the size of it. We're just having a bit of a surge to fill this up. I added the mod back in and it's working fine. We do need to speed up our water pumping a little bit. Not quite filling up as quickly as I would like. I think we should be okay. So when the bad tide comes in, these will open. These will stay closed. These will close. These will close, obviously. And the bad water will keep flowing through here. So once these are hooked up, these will be generating power for us, which is obviously kind of good. We do have a lot of spare power capacity, so we do have the option to build more power consuming things. So that's good. It would probably help if our dirt was closer. Yeah, this is all working fine. This has just had a bit of a surge from where the water demand came in. We could probably delete the dams here now, but that's okay. And what actually would be sensible now? For the next evolution of this, because I don't think I can get it done in time, would be to move these back to here. have a set here so that I think we can build these on the impermeable floors. Can we get those built in 1.3 days? Because then we could store that little bit of clean water. Is that excessive? Is that unnecessary? If I did that, I could then delete this stuff. It wouldn't look as cool, but it would be more efficient. So you would be set to close above 3%. I think that's right. Yeah. Let's see if they pull an all-nighter. Can they get those built in time? Because then that's, yeah, we're then storing deeper water. We can't delete these yet because we don't, but if we extended that, then we could. So yeah. And we could then build our cofferdam to extend this, or we could just bulge this out a little bit. I still like that idea. Still like that idea, but 0.3 of a day. You're not sleeping beavers, so you might as well build. I don't think they're going to get this done. It was a good idea. It was a good idea. No, wrong one. Yeah. Let's go down to our normal, about an 18-hour workday. Neighbours awake. So we got 7.3 thousand water stored, which is cool. And yeah, you can see how this is working now. And the contamination is actually staying quite low here, so we might take advantage of some of this water for a bit. But that's the theory. Seems to be working. They've got that bridge in. Awesome. Did they get this closed off? They did not yet. Okay, they're still working on that, but that's fine. 17-day bad tide. That's easy business. We're at 5% contaminated here because although we didn't get this finished, obviously the bulk of the bad tide is going straight through here now. So these are... Why are they closed? Because I didn't set the auto. There we go. Someone forgot to change things. Yeah, so there we go. So they auto run that way. That would have made that even more efficient. Oh, that's an issue. That's an issue. Landscaping, contamination barriers. There. Put this on there. Yep. You didn't think of that, did you? No. Oh well. I did not. You are correct. You are correct. But yeah, if I get that in, I can then delete this stuff. Extend this up a level. That'll be good. Yeah, I put these in because I was going to move at least one of these water tanks up here to sit on top of this. So we had space to build stuff. Like that. And then we can make use of some of this power that's just sat here not being used to account for this stuff. This monstrosity might as well be deleted. Make sure we don't delete the power connection. There we go. Yeah. Cool. A little bit more to go down there on the old terraforming. We've got quite a nice power store there, which is good. Nearly done. Then we need to delete that, delete that. So if we were going to do that, it would make sense to just have the staircase be more efficient. Hey, efficient staircasing. I don't know if it matters if they go up and then down. We could do that. But straight. It's going to need to change again because this is going to need to go up a level. So let's account for that. So we're going to need a staircase that comes in like that. And there. And there. And then there. I might as well just do that. Yeah. Right. So there. Close. We can make that a little bit deeper. Did I not get that going as well? There is no point in putting 4 ways in there because we're not going to be building anything off the back of it. If I didn't want to have a path, we could detonate down and put in gravity batteries right on the back of the map. I don't know if we really need that. I don't know if that's something we need or not. But, oh, come on. I'd really like to get this job done. Let's encourage them. I'm going to finally delete these. I know. I think it's getting to the point where we should look to start retreating from this level with things that don't need to be here. So I think I want to start to look to move this industry now up onto the next level. But I also think that we want to maybe push some of this stuff back so that we get this corner back maybe and irrigate it. I want to sort out getting these filled, which is really easy actually, isn't it? It's just cutting a little path in and putting a sluice gate in. That's pretty trivial actually. What's the depth there? Not quite evaporated yet. Yeah. Actually, because we're building those from above, we can do those now, so it's fine. But yeah, we've basically just got to finish. Put those in. It's not sorted the contamination though. I wonder if it's coming from this as well. Let's unpause you and see which ones you rebuild. That part is useless, so I'll leave the let's put that there. See if that does the job of blocking it. Might not. In theory, there's a continuous line across all of that. So I'm kind of curious as to why we're getting it here. That might mean that we keep this corner for other stuff. I'm not sure. Here's a question for you. If we I can't remember now. On the other side, when I had bad water flowing in an aqueduct, so it wasn't touching the ground, if it caused the contamination. And if we turned this into an artificial aqueduct, so we lined this, whether that would remove the problem. Yeah. Anyway, I think I've been going for probably far too long at this point. So, hey, that's done. That is a good point to end things. Let's delete all of that. Yes. Yes. There we go. So we now have our lake, which we can push the depth up of. Means we can delete tool, delete you. That will then automatically stay full and keep those crops hydrated. That's going to pull a fair bit of water out of there probably, but hopefully we'll be okay. Only a 13-day bad tide, he says. We've got plenty of water stored, so I'm not massively worried. Honest, I'm not. Yeah. I think that's closed now. Yep. So that should now become a stable system now. We've filled that up. This is going to become an aquatic garden in here we're going to blast this out. We can now expand what the amount of water we're storing in here. I am tempted, as I said, to bulge this out a little bit into here. It saves us having to delete and rebuild this to get the extra depth we want, and it gives us a bit more water storage. And we only lose a little bit of crop and tree growth. Yeah, I think that'll be sensible. Curious about your thoughts on what we do with the hole in the ground. Do we just fill it back in so we can use it? Do we try and make use of it and then build on top of it? If we're doing that, we might actually need to make it bigger so that I can put a staircase in there. I think we probably want to cut some of this back and then build up on it again using platforms. Yeah, I think next time, a couple of things that I want to do. We need to finish building. I might finish building the water wheels between videos. I keep saying that and then not getting time. But I'll do things between videos, that is. But I might finish building these between videos and get them hooked in. We need to deepen the lake now where we can. Yeah, curious on your thoughts on pushing this back a bit, all of this back a bit essentially, because yeah, I think we might do that. I think I might look at putting the aquatic farm in next time, because that might be good for getting to bots, because we can then start with the refinery, because I like using Spadadoc for biofuel. We might want to put some maple trees in as well, but I might run them for a bit without the catalyst. Yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. Comments, questions or suggestions below. Thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members, and I will see you all next time.